Junie B. Jones is Captain Field Day, written by Barbara Park, illustrated by Denise Brunkus. Chapter 1, Chatting. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice, except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. This morning, I woke up very excited, because today we are having kindergarten field day at my school, that's why. I couldn't stop shouting that happy news. Field day, today is field day, I shouted to my dog named Tickle. Then I ran to my baby brother's room. He was sleeping in his crib. Field day, today is field day, I shouted at baby Ollie. He woke up very fast, and he started screaming his whole entire head off. Mother came running right in there. Junie B. Jones, for goodness sake. What has gotten into you this morning? I looked at that woman real curious. Field day, I said. Field day has gotten into me, Mother. How could you even forget about this important occasion? I have been talking about it all week, remember? Field day is when room 9 goes against room 8 and we have different races and stuff. Ollie kept on screaming. Could you quiet him down, please? I asked Mother. He is taking the edge off of my very good mood. She picked him up and patted him. Thank goodness field day is finally here, she said. Maybe now we will be able to talk about something else for a change. I danced all around that woman. We will, Mother. We will be able to talk about something else. After field day, we will be able to talk about how great room 9 creamed room 8. Ha! I jumped up and down. You're coming to watch me, right? And Daddy's coming too, right? Because room 9 is going to win all the races probably, so we will need lots of clapping and cheering. Mother ruffled my hair. Don't worry, we'll be there, she said. I think Grandpa and Grandma Miller might be coming too. Hooray, I said. Hooray for the whole darn family. After that, I ran out of the room, and I called my bestest friend named Grace on the phone. And wait till you hear this. I didn't even have to look up her number in the phone book because I finally memorized it right in my head. Its name is 555-5555. And that was the hard number to remember, I'll tell you, because I kept on forgetting the 5. I pressed the numbers very carefully. Hello, said a voice. I did a frown. Grace, what's wrong with your voice? How come you don't sound like yourself today? Do you have a froggy in your throat? All of a sudden, I did a gasp. Oh, no. Grace, you didn't catch a cold, did you? You can't be sick today, Grace. It's field day. And you are the fastest runner in kindergarten. Go tell your daddy that you have to come to school, Grace. Go tell him right now. Go, 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 go. Just then the voice talked again. This is Grace's daddy, it said. I looked at the phone. Oh, I said. Hello, Mr. Grace. No wonder you don't sound right, because you're not even Grace, that's why. So where is she anyway? Pretty soon, that Grace said hello. Grace, it's me. It's Junie B. Jones. I'm so glad to hear your voice and you're not sick, are you, Grace? You're still coming to field day, right? Grace giggled real loud. Of course I'm coming to field day, she said. Silly. I have to come to field day, remember? I'm the fastest runner in kindergarten. I did another frown. Okay. Here's the thing, Grace. You're not actually supposed to brag about yourself like that. My Grandpa Miller said it's called tooting your own horn, and it's not even polite. That Grace did a huffy breath at me. I'm not tooting my horn, Junie B. I'm just saying the truth. We have lots of slow runners in our class, you know, like Lucille won't run fast because she doesn't like getting sweaty. And you're not exactly speedy yourself, Junie B. I sucked my cheeks in at that girl. Yeah, so, I said. So I'm going to have to give us a big lead, she said, because I'm the only fast one we have. I made a grouchy face. You just tooted again, Grace, I said. Did not, she said. Did too, I said. Did not, did too. Just then my mother called me. Okie doke, I've got to go, Grace. See ya, friend, I said. See ya, friend, she said. And after that we both hanged up, and I skipped to my breakfast very happy, because we had a nice conversation. Always starts. Chapter 2, Captain. That day at school, room 9 was very excited. We kept laughing and jumping and giggling and shouting. Me and my bestest friends, Grace and Lucille, runned and skipped all over the room because we had to warm up our muscles for field day, that's why. All of a sudden, my teacher hollered our names. Lucille, Junie B, Grace, please take your seats right now. We stopped real fast. My teacher's name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs., and that's all. Yes, but we need to keep on skipping, I said, because Grace said we have to warm up our muscles for field day. If you don't warm up your muscles, your legs will get clamps. Clamps, said Lucille. Cramps, said Grace. Mrs. smiled a little bit. You girls will have plenty of time to warm up outside, she said. But right now, we have an important job to do. Right now, we are going to pick captain for our field day team. Just then, everyone got excited all over again. A boy named Meanie Jim waved his hand in my teacher's face. Me, pick me, he hollered. I will be a great captain. No, pick me, teacher, shouted. No, pick me, teacher, shouted another boy named Polly Allen Puffer. I will be better than him. No, pick me. I'm the fastest runner in all of kindergarten, hollered Grace. Mrs. sat down in her chair. She crossed her arms and waited for the yelling to stop. I hurried to her desk, speedy quick. Mrs., guess what? I didn't shout just then. I said, Did you hear me? Huh, I didn't. Did you hear no shouting from me? I was the only one in the whole room who did not shout, I believe. I pulled on her sleeve. Maybe you should reward me for that behavior, huh? I said, Mrs. Huh, Mrs. What do you think? Maybe you should make me the captain of field day, just 'cause that would teach the other children a good lesson, probably. Mrs. stood up and walked me back to my table, and she pointed her finger at me. Sit, she said. Stay, she said. After that, she went back to her desk, and she held up a little basket. Boys and girls, please listen very carefully. This basket, there are 16 folded slips of paper. 15 of the paper are blank, but one of the papers has a word that says captain. Whoever has the word captain printed on there. Whoever picks that one will be captain of our field day team. After that, Mrs. carried the basket all around the room. She stopped at every table, and she let all the children pick a piece of paper. Keep your papers folded until everyone has chosen, she said. We'll all open our papers together. My stomach felt nervous and jumpy inside, because I didn't want anyone else to pick the captain paper, of course. Then Mrs. got to my table, and my heart was jumping very much. And then she held the basket for me to pick, and I reached in very careful, and I digged around in there. She tapped her foot. Please, Junie B., just pick one, okay? She said. Yeah, but I don't think my fingers have touched the right paper yet, I said. I'm waiting to get the right vibes. Vibes, said Mrs. It's short for vibrations. Whatever, I said. Then I digged some more. For the love of Pete, she said. Just pick one. After that, I picked a teensy paper from the basket. Then I waited at my seat, very patient, until the rest of the children picked too. Mrs. smiled. Okay, everyone. When I count to 3, you can open your papers. 1, 2, 3. I opened mine up, and I did a gasp because I saw letters. That's why. Mrs., look at my paper. It has letters on it. I think it's the word captain. I zoomed to the front of the room, and guess what? She said I was right. I skipped around in a circle. Hooray, hooray, I'm it, people. I am Captain Field Day. After that, I laughed and danced and clapped. Only, what do you know? Nobody else clapped with me. Chapter 3, Capes and Lightning. Mrs. hurried over to me. She said to please stop dancing. Yeah, only I can't even control my feet that good, 'cause they're excited about being Captain Field Day, I said. I jumped up and down. I've always wanted to be the boss of these people, and now I'm the captain of everybody. Captain means the same thing as boss, right, Mrs., right? Just then my whole mouth fell open, 'cause I thought of something very wonderful. Mrs., guess what else captain can be? It can be the name of a superhero, I think. I clapped my hands. Yes, I've heard it before. I heard of a superhero named Captain somebody or other, and so that makes this job even better, I said. I hugged myself real happy. Maybe I can even wear a whole entire superhero outfit, like a leotard and tights and a cape and a belt with lightning. Just then Mrs. held her hand in the air. Whoa, she said. Then she took me into the hall, and she bent down next to me. Junie B., you are very mixed up about being a team captain. Team captains are not superheroes. They're not even close. In fact, I did a frown at that woman. Why? Why aren't they? I asked. Captains are like bosses, right? She shook her head. No, Junie B, not in this case they aren't. In this case, a team captain supports the team. A team captain keeps the team united. She looked at me. You know what united means, don't you? You've heard of that word before, right? I thought very hard, but I couldn't actually remember it. Mrs. explains to me. Unite means to join people together, Junie B, she said. A team captain keeps the teammates working hard together in good spirits instead of bossing them around, she said. She cheers them on. Do you think you can do that? I did a little frown, because this was not the job I expected. That's why. I finally shrugged my shoulders. I guess I can do it, I said, kind of quiet, but I still wish I could have a cape. I looked at her real serious. I wish that really, really bad, Mrs., I said. Mrs. stood up. Well, I suppose if we looked around the room, we could find a towel to pin it on your shoulders. How would that be? She asked. My eyes got big and wide at her. Then I jumped way high in the air. Perfect. A towel would be perfect, Mrs., I said, because then I will look like a real actual Captain Field Day. Plus, also, I can dry my hands occasionally. After that, I run straight to the sink in the back of room 9, and guess what? Mrs. found a towel in the cabinet, and it was a red one. She pinned it to my shoulders. I zoomed all around the room. Look at me, Mrs., look at me. I'm as fast as lightning in this thing. Finally, Mrs. grabbed my hand, and she walked me over to the door. Boys and girls, it's time to get things started, she said. Let's all form a line behind our team captain. I spinned around and looked at them. That's me, people. I'm your captain. I am the one in the red cape. The cape will remind you that I am Captain Field Day. Just then, room 9 groaned and groaned, only I don't actually know why. After that, they lined up behind me, and all of us marched outside to the playground. Then we waited, real excited for room 8 to come out, 'cause Field Day. Chapter 4, New Thelma. I know 2 people in room 8. First, I know a boy named Handsome Warren. He was a new kid at school. I used to love him, only now I don't even see him hardly, so he is just regular Warren, and that's all. I know another new kid in room 8, too. Her name is New Thelma. The first day she came to our school, my boyfriend named Ricardo chased her all over the playground. I hollered and hollered for him to stop, but he said chasing New Thelma was fun, and so that is how come he dumped me. Dumped is the grown-up word for when you have to find a new Ricardo. Just then, the school door opened, and room 8 came running out to the playground. The room 8 teacher was at the front of their line. She was holding someone's hand. I did a gasp, 'cause guess what? It was New Thelma. New Thelma was the captain of room 8, I think. Mrs. did a smile at me. Okay, Junie B, here's what happens next. As soon as they get out here, you and the team captain of room 8 will shake hands. Then Field Day will begin. I felt kind of sickish inside. Yeah, only here's the problem. I don't actually like that girl, and so I will just shake hands with room 8 teacher instead. No, Junie B, said Mrs. That's not how it's done. Team captains shake hands with each other. It's the way teams show good sportsmanship. After that, Mrs. marched me right over to New Thelma, and wait till you hear this. That pushy girl grabbed my hand without even asking. Hey, I know you, she said real giggly. I've seen you on the playground before. You're a friend of Ricardo's. After that, she shook my hand very hard. I did not shake it back. Mrs. leaned next to my ear. Her voice did not sound happy. Wish her team a good luck now, Junie B, she whispered. Now. I did a huffy breath. Okay, fine. Good luck, Thelma, I grouched. New Thelma said good luck back to me, and then she tried to shake my hand some more, but I quick pulled it away. Don't touch the merchandise, I said. After that, Mrs. looked at my arm, and we went back to the team. And guess what? Just then, I heard my Grandpa Miller call my name. I looked up, and he and my grandma were coming across the playground with Mother and Daddy. I run to them speedy fast. Look, people, look, I'm Captain of Field Day. See my cape? I am the captain of this whole entire production. Grandpa Miller smiled real proud. Then he picked me up in the air and flew me around and around, just like superhero. Pretty soon I heard Mrs. blow her whistle. Then Grandpa Miller put me back down, and I hurried back to my team, 'cause it was Captain Field Day to the rescue. Chapter 5, Event Number 1. Captain Field Day to the rescue! Captain Field Day to the rescue! I shouted my loudest. Then I zoomed all over the place. My cape flied in the air behind me. Those things are marvelous, I tell you. I ran in and out of the children, and then all of a sudden Mrs. grabbed me by the back of my cape, and she held it very tight. I looked back at that woman. Yeah, only here's the problem. I can't fly to the rescue when my cape is crumpled, I said. Junie, please, she said. You need to settle down. No one needs rescuing. I blew the whistle so we can start the first race. Just then, Room 8 teacher blew her whistle too. The first event began between Room 8 and Room 9. It's going to be a team relay race, she said. Since both of our classes have 18 children today, everyone will get to run. After that, Mrs. made a line in the grass where the race would start, and she told us the rules. Each team will line up behind this line, she said. The first person in line will run down the fence and come back and tag the next runner. The race keeps going on and on like that until everyone in line has run. Does everybody understand? I jumped way high into the air. I do, I shouted. I understand perfectly. 'Cause I'm Captain Field Day, of course. After that, I hurried to my bestest friend, Grace. You go first, Grace, I said. You are the fastest runner in kindergarten, and so you have to be at the front line. I grabbed that Grace's hand, and I pulled her to the front. Only too bad for us, because Charlotte was already standing there. No cuts, she said. I was here first. I crossed my arms at that girl. Yes, I know that, Charlotte, I said, but I am Captain Field Day, and Captain Field Day says that Speedy Grace needs to go first, so move it, Missy. Charlotte stamped her angry foot. No, I was here first, and I told you, she said real snappish. Just then Grace smiled at Charlotte, very nice, and whispered her secret in her ear. And what do you know? Charlotte backed right up and let that Grace go first. Wowie, wow, how did you do that, Grace? I asked. What did you say? That Grace did a shrug. I just said the word please. I tapped on my chin. Please, huh? I'll have to remember that one, I said. Pretty soon Mrs. blew her whistle for us to line up. Is everyone ready? She asked. Yes, we hollered back. Then Mrs. shouted in her loudest voice, On your mark, get set, go. Then boom, fast as a rocket, Grace started to run. Go, Grace, go, 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 shouted Room 9. Grace zoomed to the fence and back again. She tagged Charlotte on her hand. Go, Charlotte, go, 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 shouted Room 9. We're winning, we're winning, we're winning. After that, Charlotte tagged a girl named Lenny, and Lenny tagged Jamal Hall, and Jamal Hall tagged a boy named Ham, and Ham tagged Polly Allen Puffer. Then all of Room 9 kept tagging each other until finally there were just 3 more runners to go. Their names were Ricardo and Junie B and Crybaby William. Ricardo made noises like a race car. Vroom, 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 he said. Then all of a sudden he got tagged and he took off running. Me and William watched him go. Ricardo runs fast for a boy in cowboy boots, I said, kind of proud. Crybaby William pulled my cape real urgent. He quickly whispered a secret in my ear. I'm not good at this, Junie B, he said. Very nervous. I'm not a fast runner. I patted his slowpoke little head. Don't you worry, little William. I am Captain Field Day, remember? I will save the day, I said. I will run fast. You will even be able to walk, probably. I will run so fast you'll even be able to walk, probably. Just then, Ricardo came running back. Here I go, William. Here I go to save the day. Watch me, I shouted. Ricardo tagged my hand. I took off fast as a rabbit, and I kept getting faster and faster and faster. I turned around, looked back at the fence, and I started to running back, and then all of a sudden, a very terrible thing happened. It's called, oh no, my shoe flied right off my foot. It went way high in the air, and I run after it speedy quick. Room 9 shouted at me to stop. Yeah, only you don't even have to worry, people, I hollered. It won't even take me very long to put this back on, because good news. I picked it up and waved it all around. Velcro. And after that, I put it back on in a jiffy and zoomed right to William. I tapped his hand, and only that boy just kept on standing there. Go, William, go, go, go. William shook his head no, and he pointed at Room 8. They were jumping up and down, dancing all around, because guess what? They had already won the race. Chapter 6, Losing. Room 9 was not a good sport to me. They kept saying, it's all my fault that we lost the race, and I stamped my foot at those people. No, it's not my fault, I said back. My shoe flied off, and so what am I supposed to do, run in my sock foot? Meanie Jim got close to my face. Yes, you loony bird, he yelled. That's exactly what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to run in your sock foot. I thought very hard about that. Well, what do you know? I said, kind of quiet. It looks like Captain Field Day has learned a little something here. Room 9 did a groan. I backed away from them real careful, or else they might tackle me, possibly. I backed all the way to Mrs. They're mad at me, I said. They're mad because I lost the race. Mrs. ruffled my hair. It's not your fault, Junie B., she said. Your shoe came off by accident. And besides, field day is not about who wins or who loses. Field day is about having fun. I hang down my head. Yeah, only that's what's so fun about losing. That's what I would like to know, I said. Just then Mrs. made an announcement. Boys and girls, I don't want to hear one more word about winners and losers, okay? Field day is a day to run around in the fresh air and enjoy the sunshine. We came out here to have fun and get some exercise. We're not going to care one little bit who wins or loses. As soon as Mrs. walked away, New Thelma skipped up to me. Room 8 is winning, she said, real squealy. Room 8 is beating Room 9. 1-0. I made a mad face at her. Yeah, only didn't you just hear my teacher, Thelma? I said, Room 9 doesn't even care who wins and loses. Room 9 just came out here to have fun and run in the air, so ha-ha on you. Yeah, said Ricardo. Yeah, said Jamal Hall. Yeah, said Lenny. Then all of those people gave me a high five, because I made a good point, apparently. Pretty soon, the Room 8 teacher blew her whistle again. The next event will be a softball throw, she said. Unlike the relay race, this contest is going to be a team event. The softball throw is just for anyone who wants to join in. If you'd like to see how far you can throw the ball, please form a line behind me. Polly Allen Puffer was the first one in line. I'm a good thrower, he said. I'm probably the best thrower in Room 9, in fact. Lenny lined up next. I'm a good thrower, too, she said. Me too, said Jamal Hall. Just then Crybaby William pulled on my cape because he wanted to whisper in my ear again, that's why. I'm not good at this event either, he said, real quiet. I don't have to do it, right, Captain? I don't have to throw the ball? I put my arm around his shoulder. No, you don't, I said. You don't have to worry about this at all, William. Polly Allen Puffer is going to win this thing in a breeze for us. Just then a boy from Room 8 jumped in line. New Thelma did a loud squeal. Oh, it's Strong Frankie. Strong Frankie is the strongest boy in kindergarten, she said, very thrilled. All of us look at him. Strong Frankie made a big arm muscle and it was largish, roundish. New Thelma cheered and cheered. Go, Strong Frankie, go, Strong Frankie, go, Strong Frankie, she hollered. I tapped on her. You are getting on my nerves, madam, I said. New Thelma giggled in my face. That girl's a nitwit, I tell you. Just then, Mrs. clapped her hands together. Okay, everyone, we're ready to begin. The first person to throw the softball will be Polly Allen Puffer from Room 9. We only have time to give everyone one try, so do your best, okay? Polly Allen Puffer did a big grin. I only need one try, he said. I've been throwing softballs my whole life. After that, he picked up the ball from the ground and he winded up with all his might. Then, bam, he threw the ball as hard as he could. Only too bad for Room 9 because he didn't actually aim that good, and the ball went straight down to the playground. It made a round hole in the dirt. Room 9 stared and stared at that thing. Bummer, I said. Bummer, said Meanie Jim. Bummer, said Charlotte. Polly Allen Puffer jumped up and down real upset. I need another try. Please, teacher, please, 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 he said, and Mrs. gave him a pat on the back and she moved him out of line. I walked over to my bestest friend named that Grace. He blew it, I said, very disappointed. Polly Allen Puffer blew it for our team. Yes, said that Grace, just like when you blew the relay race, Junie B. I made squinty eyes at that girl. Thank you, Grace. Thank you for reminding me, I said. You're welcome, she said back. That Grace does not understand sarcastic, apparently. After that, Lots of other boys and girls in our class threw the softball too. Roger threw the farthest in room 9. The ball went all the way to the fence. Room 9 shouted his real name, thrilled. Roger, Roger, Roger. The next person to throw was Strong Frankie. He picked up the softball from the basket, and then he rolled and rolled it all around in his hands, and he threw that thing with all his muscles. I did a gasp. That ball flied all the way over the fence, and we never saw it again. Room 8 screamed and shouted and skipped and danced. Also, they hopped and jumped and twirled. Room 9 slumped our shoulders, very depressed, 'cause guess why? Losing does not feel joyful. Chapter 7, Skunked. The skipping race came next. Room 9 chose our fastest skippers. Their names were Charlotte, Jamal Hall, that Grace, Lenny, and Meanie Jim. Those people can skip like lightning, I tell you. I made up a cheer for them. Its name is Go Skippers. Here are the words to it. Go Skippers, go Skippers, go Skippers, go Skippers. I cheered real loud in front of room 8 because I really thought we would win this one. Only what do you know, we didn't. Some of our skippers cried a little bit. We got skunked, said Lenny, very sniffling. Skunked means our score is a goose egg, said Jamal Hall. A goose egg is a big fat 0, said that Grace. A big fat 0 is when you're stinking up the place, said Meanie Jim, very glum. Mrs. did not like the sound of that talk. Hey, that's enough of that, she said. I am very proud of you. You did your best, and that's all anyone can ask, right, Junie B? Yes, I said. Plus also to win would be nice. I sat down. Mrs. looked at me real long time. The tug of war is the next event, she said. How about another cheer for our team captain to get us charged up? No, thank you, I said. I already did a cheer for the skipping team, and look where that got us. Mrs. made squinty eyes at me. Try, she said. I stood up. Rah, I said. Thank you, said Mrs., and then I sat back down. All of us lined up for the tug of war. Room 8 held on to one side of the rope, and room 9 held on to the other side. Mrs. tied a bow right in the middle of it, and she drew a line on the ground in front of each team. Okay, people, she said. Whichever team pulls the bow over their line is the winner. Is everyone ready? Yes, 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 shouted room 8. Room 9 just looked at her. William was behind me. I'm not good at tug of war, Junie B, he whispered. I never even did tug of war before. Join the club, bud, I grumped. After that, room 8 teacher blew her whistle, and both of our teams started to pull. Room 9 pulled and pulled with all the strength. People, we're doing it, I shouted, very shocked. We pulled more and more, and then all of a sudden we heard a loud holler. It was Strong Frankie. He yanked the rope as hard as he could. Then Lenny and Ricardo fell down in the grass, and the bow went over the line. Room 8 went crazy and happy. They were loud and laughing. Room 9 walked to the water fountain, very sad. Then we sat down next to the building, and we didn't talk for a real long time. Finally, Mrs. came and got us. Come on, boys and girls, there's just one more event to go, she said. She took us up to the pull-up bar. Room 8 teacher smiled real big. All right, everybody, it's time for the pull-up contest, she said. Polly Allen Puffer stared at her. Big whoop, he said. Then room 8's teacher tattled on him, and Polly Allen Puffer had to sit by himself for a timeout. Mrs. was not happy with us. Okay, children, I understand that you're not in a good mood, but one of the things we learn in field day is to never give up. Room 9 is not a bunch of quitters, are we, Junie B? I looked at room 9's faces. Pretty much, I said. Mrs. threw her hands in the air. Okay, that's it, she said. I'm not going to take no for an answer. There must be someone in room 9 who has a spirit to keep trying. Which one of you children has the courage to not give up, huh? How about you, Jamal? Will you try to do a pull-up for the team? Jamal pulled his shirt up over his face so no one could see him. I believe that's a no, I said. Mrs. looked around some more. Grace, she said, how about you? Will you try to do a pull-up for us? No, I can't. I really, really can't. I'm only strong on my feet. I'm not, yelled a loud voice. I'm not strong all over my whole body. Room 9 turned around again. It was Strong Frankie again. He made another arm muscle. I stamped my foot at that guy. "Stop doing that, Frankie," I hollered. "Stop tooting your own horn, 'cause that's not even polite. And anyway, room 9 has strong people too. We have people that could do a jillion pull-ups. In fact, so there. Ha." Strong Frankie crossed his muscle arms. "Like who?" he asked. I put my hands on my hips. "Like lots of people, that's who. Like, Just then a boy from room 9 raised his teeny little hand. "Like me," he said. Then he walked right up to the pull-up bar and stood there all by himself. I did a gasp. Then the other children did gasps too. 'Cause, what do you know, it was William. Chapter 8. William. All of room 9 kept on staring and staring at that boy. "Look at his little arms," whispered Grace. "Where are his little muscles, do you think?" "William doesn't have any muscles," said Polly Allen Puffer. "I've seen the wind blow him down on the playground." "Yeah," said Roger. "William doesn't even know what a pull-up is, I bet. Our team is going to look worse than ever." Mrs. snapped her angry fingers at us. "That woman has ears like a hawk." Strong Frankie went first. Roommate teacher lifted him up to the bar. Then, quick as a wink, he did a loud grunt and he pulled his chin right up over the bar. "1, hollered roommate. Strong Frankie did another grunt. Then he pulled himself up again. 2, shouted roommate. Then he kept right on going. Frankie just kept grunting and pulling, and roommate kept counting. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finally, Strong Frankie dropped to the ground. 7 strong. Frankie did 7, shouted Thelma. Room 9 sat down in the grass real gloomy, 'cause William was next, that's why. We covered our eyes and peeked out our fingers. Mrs. lifted him up to the pull-up bar. It was not fun to watch, 'cause William just kept dangling there and dangling there. He didn't even move a muscle. Pretty soon, room 8 started to laugh. It was loudish and meanish. I made a fist at those people. "Hey, you want a piece of this?" I shouted real mad. Mrs. snapped her fingers at me again, and then all of a sudden William kicked his legs a little bit. Then he kicked them again, and wowie, he put his chin right up over the bar. And that is not even the best part, because as soon as he came back down, he went right back up again. I springed up from the grass. 2, William. You did 2 pull-ups, and I didn't even see you grunt, I hollered. Very thrilled, William went up again. My mouth fell way open. 3, William, you did 3. After that, all of room 9 sprang up from the grass, too. 4, William, 4, we shouted. 5, William, we shouted. 6, we shouted. 7, 8, 9, 10, we shouted. William dangled there for a little bit longer, and then he kicked his legs one more time, and you know what? 11. It was the happiest day of our whole entire kindergarten. When William dropped down, all of room 9 piled on top of him. William, you did it, we hollered, real joyful. Pretty soon we heard a muffly voice, and it said, "Get off me," I think. Then all of us got up, and we stood William on his feet. Room 9 danced all around that guy. Also, we tried to lift him on our shoulders, 'cause he was our hero, that's why. Only our shoulders kept collapsing. Plus, William's shoes kicked us in the face. Then all of a sudden, a bright idea popped into my head. "Wait, people, wait, I've got it. I know how to show William he is our hero." And after that, I whispered my idea into Mrs. And guess what? She took the red cape right off my shoulders and pinned it to William's instead, just like I told her. "William saved the day," I said. "William is our superhero. His name is... It should be Super William, I think." William made a real big smile, and then he zoomed all around the playground, and the cape flied behind him. Mrs. smiled. "See, boys and girls, see what happens when you don't give up on yourselves?" Just then, William zoomed back where we were. "But I still don't get it, William," I said. "How do you even do that? How did you do 11 pull-ups? 'Cause those things are very hard." William smiled kind of shy. "I practiced, that's how," he said. "I got a pull-up bar for Christmas, and I've practiced every day." Just then William's daddy came hurrying over, and he put Super William on his shoulders. Then all of us marched to room 9, and it was like a happy parade. And here's another happy thing. Our families came and ate cookies with us, and they were very proud of how we did. My family hugged me very much. Then my Grandma Miller, hugged Super William too, and Grandpa Miller flew him all around the air 'cause William loved that cape too, I tell you. And guess what else? I didn't even ask for it back, not even for the whole rest of the day. This is being nice of me, I said to myself. I am being a good team captain. After that, I laughed right out loud, 'cause what do you know, I was tooting my own horn.